Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trendscenter App. This is the best tool for sports betting research, okay? On the Trendscenter App, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years. Explore thousands of existing trends and systems from the top betting experts. Choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport. Save these trends and get notified when these systems have games. Download the app for free using the link in our description and get a free 2-week premium trial using the code TFTM. The normal free trial is 3 days. Kind of a big deal. Upgrade your sports betting research today. Okay, let's get into the show. Be listening because yesterday there were a ton of scary weather in Middle Tennessee. Lots of storms, tornado warning. For an hour there, it was pretty scary. So we decided to postpone it one more day. Yeah, but we're here and we're back. It's another installment.
It's 3 for the money.
Yes, it's 3 for the money. Another installment in the 3 for the money saga. But yeah, let's see what's happened since last week. Well, let's check in with the boys. I'm just going to go ahead and say personally, in the past month, I've gotten a new cat and a new job. So I haven't really been able to gamble a whole lot. But I'll be back soon. Probably, hopefully. Lord, I hope so. I'm going to throw it to Sean because I know Chris is doing very well, and I want to give him his flowers.
Yeah, I don't think anyone on the planet is doing as well as Chris is right now. Certainly he's doing better than I am. You can't really judge zeros because I also haven't been betting very much, so or really at all. I've got 3 NHL futures riding for the Oilers, which I bet at the beginning of the season to win the cup. The Canes, which down 2-0 in the series right now, not looking great, and the Stars lost in OT the other night, but that's okay. They play tonight. So if one of those wins, then we'll be good. But yeah, I've been slacking. I've been too busy. Work's been a nightmare. But I'll get back on that train soon enough. We'll see. Chris, tell us about this streak you're on.
I mean, it's been pretty damn good. It's coming into today, 7 straight days in the green, which I haven't had that in a while. Last couple of months have been brutal, and I appreciate y'all pumping my tires and all that. Today hasn't been great.
Oh,
I'm 0-2 right now. I still have a few left, but those aren't looking particularly great. But there's still time to turn. 0-2 is nothing. We're fine. But yeah, it's that entire time y'all are like, "Oh, Chris is doing so good. It's awesome." It's like, well, I'm 0-2 today. I appreciate the love. But yeah, last week's been great. I'm up about 14, 15 units, somewhere around there, which we'll take that every damn day.
Yeah, I'll take that every week.
That's 2 units a day, my guy.
And
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. Just trying to chip at the hole I dug myself in February and March.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's only one answer to get out of that hole.
Just gotta keep
digging.
Keep gambling. Because if you quit, that's how you lose.
Well, and just lost another one, so that's awesome.
Oh well. Well, everyone knows the most surefire way to get out of a hole, real life or gambling, is to just keep digging. Eventually, you will get somewhere.
Yes. It turns around eventually.
Yeah.
It goes full circle. You'll have great heaters and you'll have some miserable stretches. Just fucking way she goes.
Yeah. You may end up in China by the end of it, but you'll get out of the hole
You
eventually.
can bet on stuff in China, so
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
That's do they? Interesting. Definitely worth looking into. Okay. So things that have happened since the last time. Let's sort of dive into what is this, the AFL scandal? What is there? Would you call it a scandal? Is it just a shitstorm? Is that what are we putting a title on this, Chris?
it's a grade A shitstorm. Pretty much from the jump, it's been a nightmare. I didn't really know how bad it was, because I just saw it's like, oh, the AFL's coming back, the Nashville Cats are back, awesome. I assumed everything was all hunky dory. It was going to be back to the way it was, awesome. But then no, it's been it's been terrible. And the more you look into it, it's pretty hilarious. If you want to do a deep dive on it, I've got some notes. I didn't know we were going to lead with it. Let me get them out real quick.
What is exactly is going on? Because I am
Okay.
not following this whatsoever.
So, hold on, let me find. I had to write a bunch of stuff down because there's a lot. Okay. So, it all started at the beginning, obviously. The new commissioner was Lee Hutton announced the AFL was returning with 16 teams in various cities, and they were going to have a deal. I think certain games, maybe a few weekly games, broadcasted on the NFL Network. He announced teams are going to be in various cities, like I said, including Chicago, Cincinnati, Denver, Austin, and San Antonio. As soon as that happened, officials in those cities were like, we have no knowledge of this. Nobody told us that this was happening. And they did not, and some cities did not have like proper arenas. So they didn't get teams. And then, so like, okay, they relocated teams to kind of like some middle of, like, I think there's like three, like, not to be rude, but like middle of fucking nowhere towns in Kansas that have teams. It's wild. But you're just like, okay, no matter, they're still going with the season. They're still going to have games on NFL Network, right? Well, no. Week one comes around, they're on some like internet TV thing, which is free, and I watched some of a Nashville Cats game, and it was kind of cool, but nothing on like national TV. And they're like, oh, that's weird. I wonder what happened. So I did some digging, and an executive with the NFL Network said the AFL did not pay the production company that they needed to broadcast games on the NFL Network. And keep that no payment thing in mind. It comes up quite a lot.
All right.
So week one comes around, and the Philadelphia Soul, who I believe back in the day were like an original AFL team,
owned by John Bon Jovi.
They were, because I remember I was doing research on the team, and the first like paragraph on their Wikipedia was the Bon Jovi era, and I was like,
"Yep,
what?"
I have to read all of this.
And I did read it. Yeah, that was wild. But the Philadelphia Soul were supposed to travel to New Orleans, I believe, to take on the team called the Voodoo, which is a badass name. More on them later as well. But came out.
Real quick.
Some players and coaches were not being paid, so they were like, "Well, we're not gonna play." Rightfully so. And so a decent amount of them, not all of them, but some of them sat out, just didn't make the trip. And those that did make the trip were kicked out of their hotel room because the league is supposed to pay for the hotel. The league did not pay for the hotel. So they were kicked out. I couldn't really find a whole lot what happened after. They did play this game. I'm pretty sure they got their shit stomped. But I don't know if they even had an entire team. But they played and they got ran. Where was I? Oh yeah. So that
did they end up sleeping in like a hostel or something?
I don't really know what happened. I assume they the article I was reading and various other stuff didn't really go into specifics about what happened after they got kicked out of the hotel. But it just said they were scrambling to make arrangements. So I assume they made arrangements. But as of today, actually, the Philadelphia Soul were put on like a permanent, not permanent, but like a pause, quote unquote. So their season's done.
It's like the second week, right? Like third week? Third week?
They did play a second game. The team that they originally had didn't play. They got a team from a non-AFL arena team called the Dallas Falcons to suit up in their place. And they played the Minnesota Myth. And I could not find a final score for this game, but I did see the halftime score was 35-6 Myth. So I assume they also got ran. But yeah, so as of today, the Philadelphia Soul will not be completing their season. So yeah, 0-2, and they're done.
Bring back Bon Jovi for one.
Seems simple.
Yeah.
So, not the only team to experience this. Another team, the Iowa Rampage, announced that they would be ceasing operations immediately after they won their first game. It was like they won, and the next day they're like, hey, we can't do this anymore. Like, the league is not covering agreed upon expenses like equipment and travel and stuff like this. Was dating back to like training camp. Like they weren't covering costs for like anything. So they like, we'll see how far this goes. 1 week was how far it went. And yeah, so I think they are still they played another game after that. And I think some of the other owners covered the costs for them to play that one game. I don't know if they're still playing. It's kind of hard to find information about a lot of these because
nobody cares.
Yeah. It's pretty much like local like news websites, and half of them you have to get a subscription to, and I'm not doing that.
Jesus Christ.
But so shortly after.
So wait, hold on.
Okay.
So I'm doing like my own little like side research here while you're speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm obviously looking up the Nashville Cats because that's the only team I really care about. And apparently they play the Philadelphia Soul this weekend.
I don't think that's happening.
And well, like the Cats just posted on their Instagram, it's like, who's coming this Sunday? Time to get back in the W column. Like
the other team ain't coming, so I think they're getting back in the W column.
Oh, get your buy one get one free tickets today for Mother's Day.
Oh.
So there is some type of game being played on Sunday, May the 12th.
All right.
At Municipal Auditorium in downtown Nashville. And this just has so many more questions like running through my head.
I kind of want to check that out.
Yeah, I kind of like buy one get one. Like, let's just go get mangled. Like,
I will say before I dig into pretty much burying the league and the commissioner, the Nashville Cats do seem to kind of have their shit together. Like all their stuff looks like, because I've seen some pictures from some of these other games and the arenas look like dog shit. But the Cats are like actually being properly funded and like they have their shit together.
Yes, I mean, Jeff Fisher, the coach.
He's a
co-owner,
I believe.
Oh, okay.
So that's why
the Cats have won one game.
They're 1-1
so far. Yeah.
I watched part of the game they lost. They made a fierce comeback that fell just short. But
against the Albany Firebirds.
Yeah, another great name for a team, in my opinion.
Yeah. Also, I looked up like some of these logos for like the New Orleans Voodoo and the Dallas Falcons, like these kind of rock.
Oh
Like
yeah,
these are these kind of are sick.
a lot of them
And
are pretty cool. The Philadelphia Soul logo is pretty sick.
yeah.
Um,
So I'm really wondering who will, now that we're like diving deep into like, because the Philadelphia Soul seem, I mean, they're not the main culprits, but they seem to be the ones that are suffering the most.
they were like the first ones to be like, "Hey, this shit ain't cool, man."
Okay. No,
But
now I'm gonna go to the, okay, continue on, and I'm
okay,
gonna go research some Philadelphia stuff.
all right. So, um, since the Iowa rampage, this was a couple weeks ago, announced that they would be ceasing operations. Three more teams, well, I guess, yeah, including the Soul, I have written down. I wrote this down before they announced they were like done. The New Orleans Voodoo and the Minnesota Myth announced that they would be planning on ceasing operations. I don't know if they've officially done that yet. I tried to look up the Minnesota Myth on Twitter. Their Twitter account is inactive. Uh, and the Philadelphia Soul website is like philadelphiasoul.com is currently available to purchase on GoDaddy.com. So, not going great. The New Orleans Voodoo offensive coordinator took to social media and blasted the commissioner. He was like shit's not cool. He's not paying for stuff that he said he would pay for. And anytime we reach out to be like, hey man, the hell's going on? He's just doesn't respond to them like ever. He went on to say at the end of his statement, quote, I'm going to do my best to bring his crooked ass down. This is a team's coach.
Jesus.
But yeah, refs haven't been paid either. And from what I've gathered, like they're supposed to have weekly owners and coaches and all. We're supposed to have weekly meetings with the commissioner. I don't think that's ever happened. Like this commissioner is just kind of hiding. It seems like at this point. So Lee Hutton, the commissioner, crooked. Apparently, the AFL CEO. I don't really know the difference between commissioner and CEO. Also, not the best dude. He and I did some diving into him. In 2006, he was fired from LSU as a strength and conditioning coach. It turns out he was setting up illegal meetings between players and agents back when, like, I don't, I assume you can kind of do that now with NIL and stuff. You definitely couldn't do that 18 years ago. And then after they fired him, the university was like, "How did we hire this guy? Because he wasn't with him for that long." Turns out they never did a background check on him. And if they did, they would have found out in 2000 he was arrested in Utah on 3 counts of credit card fraud.
Ah.
He was sentenced to 6 months in jail, but his sentence was suspended. He got out later that year. Later that year, was arrested for shoplifting from a store. And was sentenced to 6 weeks in jail. Sentence also suspended.
And
So
now
this
he's
now
the offensive coordinator of.
no, he's now the AFL CEO.
He's not
Oh,
even, yeah, he's up here.
Yeah,
he's in charge of everyone.
he's big
how
dog.
did he get here?
I don't know. That's
Probably fraud.
Yeah, he's got experience.
He
But
probably
yeah,
made it up.
I was just reading this article about it, and the way it was worded was so funny. It was like LSU did not do a background check on this guy. If they did, they would have found what we'd found when we did a background check on him. It's so funny. But where are we? And then yeah, like I said, many players and coaches have reached out and be like, "Hey man, what's going on?" Nothing. They're publicly calling out the commissioner on Twitter and various other social medias. It's a shit show, man. It's wildly entertaining. And
That's
then
that's kind of hilarious.
I read an article. I can't remember which team it was. One team, it might have been the Rampage. They were supposed to go to Oregon to play someone, but they refused to play because the field conditions were bad. And they were asked like, "Well, what was so bad about it?" They said they had rodeo-like fences set up as like the boundaries instead of padded walls.
Come on, guys.
it's it's wild, dude.
So I don't know if you are checking the Discord or not, but I did find the Philadelphia Soul Twitter. And the original Philadelphia Soul Twitter, from like their broken website that just has like it's like purchase on GoDaddy. It has like 3 links and it's like tickets, social media, and all this, and like one other thing. But this account isn't even verified. And if you go to the replies on like tickets on sale now, like their first tweet, there's some guy that's like, this account admin blows. Follow this account. And this one's actually like verified and everything. And like
This one
it's
blows.
it's actually just like, it's like, hey, here are all the details. Tickets are on sale now. It's like, let's hit the road and take on the Nashville Cats. Heading to Nashville this weekend. Need tickets, get them at Ticketmaster. Like, they're doing it. They're putting in work. Like,
So so what the hell is happening with them then?
I have no idea. I think honestly, and this doesn't really surprise me that much. Philadelphia fans are just taking they're just taking on the responsibility of their sports team. And that really does not surprise me whatsoever.
That's
Like,
I wish nothing but the best for every player in this situation, but that's hilarious how just some random guy, it seems like at least, made his own admin account for the
yeah,
team.
and
Just
then
some guy.
pays for the like blue check mark and makes it look official. Like like, I'm like, oh, and I've also found the score from when they lost to the Myth.
Oh,
They lost 47-12.
Damn.
so I mean they rallied in the second half.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, it was 35-6.
It was,
um
how did they get, oh, okay, I see. Never mind.
but yeah, no, it's crazy. I probably didn't do the best job. I kind of went with the highlights. If you want to stay up to date, this Twitter account I follow called Spring Football Zone is really on top of it. And there's a shit ton more that I could have got into. I just don't know enough. There's a lot of like legal stuff going on with some teams. I don't know enough legal speak, despite seeing suits. I don't know enough legal speak to confidently speak on that. So, but yeah, it's a shit show, and Lee Hutton's a criminal.
Yeah, obviously.
He's a
I did have
crook.
I had a pretty funny tweet. I can't wait for the ESPN 30 for 30 where they expose Lee Hutton as 2 teenagers on top of each other in a trench coat.
Wow.
Oh man.
That was quite
Well,
the
Yeah. Have you
this
have
this
you
new
guys?
Nashville Cats logo fucking sucks though.
Yeah, it's not that great. The old one rocked with the
Yeah.
cat playing the
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah. That's the Bud Adams era right there.
Yeah.
Whoops. My bad.
Um, but do you guys remember that? Speaking of 30 for 30, that 30 for 30 about that Islanders guy, or the guy who bought the Islanders,
yes.
quote unquote, but didn't have any money to actually do it. This is kind of like that if he actually proceeded to run the team for like into the season.
Yeah. Like everyone believed him more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's there will be a documentary about this one day, and I can't wait. This is gonna be great. But I'm excited. And I wish you could bet on this, man.
I know you're jonesing.
I mean, I looked up. There's some you could bet on some arena league on one like actual legal sports book. I think it might have been MGM or something, but it wasn't that. It wasn't the actual AFL. So I don't know what league that is. But yeah, things aren't going great.
That was very that was a very good investigative research job by you, Chris.
Thank you. And
Seems like you did a lot of digging.
Yeah, real Sherlock Holmes of our time.
I'll bring updates weekly because I mean, like I
Oh, this is a new segment now. Like
oh
this is like yeah.
I'm pumped because I took most of these notes on. I think it was like Tuesday afternoon because like I want to get it done before the show. I thought we were recording on Wednesday. Obviously, that didn't happen. And then like 5 new things have happened since then.
Christ. Well, like I know that you texted both of us um Sun
It was a few.
Friday?
It was about a week ago.
Right?
Yeah.
Friday? It was after game 6 of the Preds,
Yeah, it
which
was
I
Friday.
was like, yeah. It was which I was already like, yeah. Like we're not going to get into it cuz we
Yeah.
fucking sucked. But yeah, I was like reading this like after the Preds lost and I was like this is too much. Like but I'm glad that you explained what's going on and this is truly a wild story. And
Yeah.
I'm surprised that I really haven't seen it all like, over the internet or Twitter or anything.
I've found a specific pocket of Twitter that's
Okay.
AFL Twitter is pretty active.
Okay.
Yeah, follow again. Shout out Spring Football Zone on Twitter. He's been on top of it all. He's awesome, or she, whoever. But
They.
yeah, they don't want to get canceled. But yeah, no, that's where I got 80% of this news from him.
Okay.
Slasher.
Well, shout out
Gotcha.
Shout out
to Spring. What was it?
Spring Football Zone.
Spring Football Zone. Shout out. Thank you
I
very much
initially
for.
started following because he's talking about like the UFL and stuff. I was like, oh, this would be cool. And then yeah, just a shit show of AFL news.
Yeah, and it's such a shit show, like, and like nobody cares. But the more you care, the more hilarious it is.
It's why like it makes no sense how this was like allowed to happen.
How it even started, how the
Yeah.
season even started.
Imagine if you're like some governor or some elected official in Denver. Like, hey, AFL's come to Denver, and you're like, when the fuck was that decided?
What was that?
Okay, so
Yeah, what is
so
this?
so that AFL team that plays in Denver, they do not play in Denver. They play
Yeah,
like
yeah,
an hour and a half outside of Denver in like Fort Collins.
yeah.
Like
It's awesome.
and like in like the smallest like convention arena that they could find.
Oh yeah,
It's
some of these
crazy.
look like legitimate, like where the annual fair happened, like fairgrounds.
Yeah. I mean,
It's crazy, and
like when you were talking about the field conditions, I was like, what's wrong with like it's like this is arena. I thought they were like playing outside or something like like it's like this is arena football. It's supposed to be inside. We have to play in this fucking field like
some dude's backyard.
On the old gridiron.
at this high maximum security prison. Longest yard in real life.
But no, it's awesome. It's so
That's
entertaining.
I cannot wait for the rest of this AFL season to develop. And as the season goes on, I'm sure we'll get more and more,
Oh
hilarity out of
yeah,
it.
well, there'll probably be a few hilarious updates by next week.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I can almost guarantee that.
Well, like you said yesterday, like 5 more things happened
Yeah.
today. So who knows what tomorrow will bring?
I can't wait. This like I'm genuinely like it's scratching that football itch right now. just keeping me entertained.
Where can you
It's
watch
it's
the AFL?
I forget what it's called. They
I had it
the
I had
actual
it on
arena
sorry, go ahead.
the actual arena football like verified account, like legit account, tweets out the link for a bunch of games, like games they talk about. Fire Network.
Hmm.
It's just like it's free. Like when I was able to watch the Cats, I saw a tweet about it. I was like, let me just check this out. If I have to pay, I'm not doing it. Whatever. And I just clicked on it, and there it was.
It's called VYRE Sports.
Yeah.
And this site, I'm on it right now. Um, it looks like when you don't have cable and you're streaming like
Oh yeah.
sports illegally, but this is legal.
Apparently.
Apparently,
It looks
this
cancerous.
this doesn't look like a safe site to use. I'm gonna be completely honest, because it's like the top bars of the site are live sports, AFL, boxing spelled BXNG,
Just abbreviate.
I know, UPSL soccer, documentaries, and movies. So
What the hell is
that's a little
UPSL?
I don't know. It's
United Premier Soccer League.
Oh, that's exactly correct.
Holy shit. What is it?
Did you pull that out of your ass?
I did.
Okay. That
I
was
was-
exactly what it was.
Hell yeah. The United Premier Soccer League.
Oh, that's like what Nashville SC was before they were like in the MLS, when they were like playing at like the Sound
Okay, yeah.
Stadium. That's like what they were before.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
So it's actually legit.
Yeah, that's UPSL's legit.
Okay.
It's just like movies. Why the fuck do you have movies on here?
Who doesn't love movies?
Documentaries?
That's where the Arena Football League documentary is going to be. Once this all goes to shit.
That's where I will return. Once this is over. The AFL saga, if you will.
Well, I hope it's not too dangerous, because I did watch a bit of that game on this laptop. So.
Well,
Still
okay.
works.
Yeah, that's true.
You're still here. But if we have to stop doing the podcast because Chris doesn't have a laptop, it's because of the AFL.
It's because of that damn Lee Hutton and his crooked ass.
You crook.
I'll be joining the lawsuit to take him down if my laptop gets
Oh yeah,
infected.
that's like class action.
Exactly.
Like you get some type of
I'm
dough
like, hey,
from that.
give me a few $100. You fucked my shit up.
Yeah.
Well, that was delightful. That was
Yes,
truly
thank you.
delightful.
Thank you for preparing that statement story.
I took like a full page of notes on this.
Well, we just spent like half of our show just talking about this, and it's been fantastic, I thought.
Okay, moving on from the AFL, because I'm sure everyone is very much interested in that. So before, I guess I should have gotten the numbers for this. So before the Titans signed Tyler Boyd earlier this week, we had the third best odds to have the least amount of wins in next NFL season, which I think is absolutely preposterous. I don't think we will suck next year. We signed too many players that are good to be terrible, to be third worst. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But we signed Tyler Boyd. Yay. I guess hopefully they trade Traylon Burks or just get rid of him. I don't know, whatever.
Callahan came out earlier today and said they were going to find a spot for him.
Okay. Well,
He'll be
hopefully,
he'll
maybe
be
they're just
receiving
talking-
punts.
Shit. Do something.
Yeah. Look, I don't think that the Titans will suck just because, I'm a fan and like I like all the signings and the draft and, all the stuff that we've done in this offseason. But wouldn't it be the most Titans thing ever to do all of this in the offseason and then be like one of the worst teams in the league?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
I'm just saying, like, just saying.
I mean, I'm not going into the season being like, yeah, we're back. Like, it's the division is ours. Like, no, there's a
No.
very real chance we will be terrible. like the signings we're making, they are good and they are necessary, but they're not like, all right, we're other than receiver, just because we signed like two of them. I'm not like, all right, locked down. I guess corner and receiver, I do think will be good. Other than that,
Did you
defensive
guys
front
know?
should be good, but
Did you guys know that we have the oldest wide receiver core in the league?
yeah, average age is over 30.
Yep, over 30.
I didn't know that,
Yep.
but if you told me that, I would have believed you. And
Well,
I do
it's like our 1, 2, and 3 are all over. Boyd's over 30, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're all over 30, and then it's what, Burks and NWI and that white guy.
Well, starters. So 1, 2, 3, right?
Oh, just starters. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
starters. So.
Well, yeah, they're all. I mean,
It's-
yeah, they're all 30.
D-Hop, Ridley, and Boyd. I think Boyd is exactly 30. So
Okay.
I think that would make sense. But yeah, average age of 30 years old. That's a little scary because, like, if God forbid, if all of them get hurt, like,
yeah, we're
I mean,
done.
that's a very real possibility.
That's a very, very, very real possibility.
Hopkins had some, nothing serious, but he set out a couple games last year. I feel like everyone did, honestly. And I mean, I'm not sold at the running back position. I think it's fine. We'll see. I'm not sold on it. I think Pollard is overrated. I don't know, man. I have more hope than I did at the beginning after last season ended.
Yeah.
I know it's not a ringing endorsement, but
I don't think the Tennessee Titans identity anymore is running back. But that has been the Tennessee Titans identity for how long have they been here? Like,
I mean,
almost
yes,
30 years, almost
entire,
yeah, 25 plus years. That has been their entire identity, is having a solid running back. And now with Spears and Pollard, it's kind of like, oh, so we should load up on wide receivers because we've got a guy who has a cannon for an arm.
Mm-hmm.
And, Pollard has been known to be more of a receiving back than an actual running back.
Yeah, and so has Spears. And if that's the direction we go, awesome. I'm just, I don't know. I see a lot of Titans fans on Twitter being happy, and rightfully so, making the moves we need to. But, like, I mean, it's not going to be we'll see what the schedule looks like next week, but I don't think it's not going to be a great season. I think it's going to be very, in true Titans fashion, very middle of the road, which is an upgrade. Go step in the right direction, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
One thing, real quick. If you had something, I have to look something up.
I was going to move on to the next topic.
Okay, hold on. Before we move on.
Okay. Before we move on, Will Levis was at the Preds game with the
It
new
meant nothing.
That
news.
guy's he's. Oh, I mean I know why I hated him, but he's so cool. I wish I'd never hated him. He's like the catfish at the Preds game, and then you see the pictures of him at the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
This guy rocks, dude.
He called a flop in Vegas, like on
Yeah,
live
and
TV.
that I'd totally forgotten about that. Honestly,
Yeah. Which is
like
like a
this
1
guy,
in 30,000 chance or something.
I really want to hang out with this guy because
Yeah.
he seems like a dude.
It was like when he was in college, he was just such a knucklehead. And that's like really the only way you can put it.
I mean, I hated him. He played at Kentucky, but the main reason I hated him was because everyone was like, "He's so good, like he's going to be a stud in the NFL," but he never did shit in college. And I was like, "This guy's a bum. He's never going to do anything." That's why I hated him, and he has proved me wrong. And I publicly said I take every negative comment back that I said about him.
You did. You have said that. I think we have all said that.
Yeah, because I love him.
Yep. Okay.
I love him.
Love him.
I love him.
I wanna go through from where the Titans are right now and from what we all know about the other teams. I want to go through the Titans schedule and predict. I want
Is
everyone
the schedule-
to Huh?
Is the schedule out?
No, but we have our opponents.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So, I want to go through the schedule, our scheduled opponents,
Yeah.
and see if if we actually think that they are the third worst team in the NFL. All right. Cincinnati Bengals at Nissan Stadium. That's an L for me.
Probably.
That's an L. Green Bay Packers at Nissan Stadium. That's an L.
That's an L.
Houston Texans at Nissan Stadium. I'm gonna give that
That's
an L.
We're gonna split with them.
We might split with them,
I think we
but
will.
I'm gonna give it an L because the schedule isn't out and Diggs will not be hurt by that point. But yes. Indianapolis Colts at Nissan Stadium.
Dub.
Dub. I feel pretty. I'm like 60-40 on that, but yeah,
I think
I'll
we'll
give that a
split with
dub.
him as well.
Yeah.
But so I'll just say we win. We win at home.
Jags at Nissan Stadium.
Dub.
Yeah, that's a dub. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't been like paying super close attention to them. Have they really done anything?
I don't think
They've
so.
lost a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, I know, but like if they like, I haven't seen them making any big signings. Again, I'm not like don't have my thumb on the pulse of Jags, like the whatever you want to call it.
Nope, nobody does.
Yeah, they have like 30 fans.
Yeah.
But
Don't feel bad.
I don't. I hate them. I think we'll sweep them. Honestly, I don't. They don't. They're not good.
I think that
I
is
could-
in the realm of possibilities.
I could
I just
get
don't
behind that. I could get behind a sweep of Jacksonville. I could not get behind a sweep of the Texans or the Colts.
I mean, we'll never sweep the Colts ever. And like I know we have a couple times recently, but no, we'll never do that again. And the Texans are legitimately very good.
Yeah.
So I think we'll sweep the Jags. I mean, they're not like they haven't done anything. I feel like every time I see them in the news, they're losing guys, and I couldn't tell you who they drafted honestly. So I think we sweep them.
Okay. So we're at 3 L's, 1 dub so far. I believe
2 dubs. I said
2 dubs.
I have 2 because I think we're going to split with Indy.
Okay, hold on.
The only schedule rumor I've heard with us is that
It's the Jets week 1.
Jets week 1, which I think we're going to lose. If I'm being
Which
perfectly honest.
yeah, let's that was the next one. So the
Okay.
Jets, week 1, Nissan Stadium. That's
9/11 weekend.
it's very
Was
possible.
we know how that happened last time we played a New York team on 9/11.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, week 1, maybe he won't get hurt again. New England Patriots, Nissan Stadium.
Dub.
Dub.
I mean,
They're dog
again.
shit.
I could get behind it. I could get behind it.
I need to see the
New coach.
schedule
Yeah.
because, like, it could be like them sandwiched in like a gauntlet, and then if that's the case, then I can see us dropping that one. And I mean, let's face it, it's the Titans. We always drop a couple that we're like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay, so
but I just on paper not seeing this actual schedule done.
So y'all said we split with the Texans and Colts.
I think so. Yes.
Will?
We're probably going to lose both games against the Texans, but I think we do split with the Colts.
I could get behind losing both to the Texans, but winning. I very much see us losing in Nashville to the Colts and then winning in Indy. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm keeping track. All right. Minnesota Vikings.
Dub.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
They have enough good players where they're not totally dog shit. So they're in that like kind of middle ground where it's like, oh, we could beat them.
I have zero confidence in JJ McCarthy, so that's like we better beat them.
It's very true.
They have a good team around him, but I think he's gonna be bad.
Buffalo Bills at Orchard Park.
God, I don't know.
And
the Bills don't have anyone.
That's a solid L. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that's still like, I don't care how many people they've lost. That's gonna be some like bullshit game that we just lose off of like some bullshit fumble or something. Or interception.
Like a lot of except for that game where they just shit pumped us, I feel like most of the games we play with them come down to some sort of tomfoolery on either side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can see this being like a game where it's like, I don't know, maybe game 5 or 6, 7, somewhere like that. And the Bills games that they've managed to win have all just been Josh Allen, like throwing himself the ball. Like something like that. Like he's like literally put the team on his back. And then the game against us, he just goes off and has like a Michael Vick game. Or like,
I can see that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Chicago Bears at Soldier Field.
Depends if we play them early, I think we can beat them. If we play them late when they got all their new toys gelling together, that makes me scared.
I feel like that game is going to take place at the tail end of October or like early November. And it's going to be cold as shit. And we have no one to run. So I might, and that's just like a game that we shouldn't lose, but we're going to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely know what you mean. I just don't want it to happen.
Yeah. This could be interesting. What if Detroit Lions at Ford Field? That could be the Thanksgiving game.
Ooh.
Somehow we win that game.
Because the Lions are like hot right now, and they want to put in a team that they could beat the absolute shit out of, and we could potentially surprise people.
I think we win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow we're gonna win that game.
That's probably the annual game where it's the Titans have no business winning, but they somehow do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Texans, Colts, Jags. Okay. Chargers. That's in LA. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we actually win that one.
I agree.
That'll probably be I think that'll be a prime time, maybe a Thursday night game.
That smells like Thursday night football.
Yeah. So, but I think we should. I mean, they're not good.
They're not that good.
So we should win that
one. Okay, I like that. Miami Dolphins at Hard Rock.
I don't know.
I
say we win that game.
I really only say the only team we win in the AFC East this year is the Patriots.
I mean, we beat them last season.
And the Dolphins have almost a completely new defense. Like,
yeah, and
they literally got rid of like 95% of their players on defense.
Yeah, I just, again, depends when you play them, but I don't believe that the Dolphins are a very good football team. I didn't believe that last year, and they haven't really made strides to prove me wrong. But they just because I don't think they're very good doesn't mean they're not better than us. So I think we, yeah, I can see us losing that one.
Okay. All right. So far we're 7-6.
I will take that.
Yeah.
With the Commanders left.
Dub.
So we are predicting
something's awful going to happen with the Commanders. Like JT Daniels is going to like break his leg or something.
I mean, I just don't.
Only 14.
Even if he plays the entire season, they're not a good team. Like, their defense was abysmal last year. I mean, their offense wasn't that much better. They're not good. I think we beat them regardless of who's quarterback.
I just meant like throughout the season, like something awful is going to happen to their team.
It would be very typical of them for just some sort of implosion, but yeah.
Right, sorry, I'm doing math.
Doing math.
All right, so we are after all that, we are predicting the Titans to go 9-8, which I think is a very Titans record.
I mean,
especially like recently.
It's all I've known, except for like a couple years.
Yeah, it's really all I've known. Especially these past like 5-6 years. Mm-hmm. I'll be surprised if they win more than 9.
What's the win total at? Or is that even out?
Oh man, I don't even know. But yeah, the schedule. When does the schedule release?
I think it's next Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So that's some fresh content for you guys next week.
Could be live.
But
I don't know.
Throughout the day,
I don't know what time they do it.
Throughout the day, like you get leaks and all that stuff. Why won't Google just tell me the day? May 15th. Okay. So, yep, that is next Wednesday. So, could be live reaction. Could be after the fact, where we already know a majority of the schedule. We'll see. But
only one way to do it. Just wait and see.
We still have the third best, whatever you want to call it, odds to have the worst regular season.
Yeah, and we're predicting the Titans to go 9-8.
9-8, 8-9, anything like that, I'll live.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Honestly, winning record, I'll be very happy.
I mean, honestly though, like I think having like the worst record in our division last year helped us, or third worst because the Colts had the worst, right? Like we were
I
better
think
than the
so.
Colts,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, I think.
But I think
I mean, yeah, we got a better schedule.
yeah, we have a better. I mean, we're playing the Commanders and and the Vikings, so that's crazy. I forgot the. Fuck it.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's fucking May, so.
Oh, I've been missing football. Like it kind of hit me the other day. I was like,
Yeah,
damn, we're
I
still
could
so
really go
far
for
away.
some football right now.
I'm
Just
starting
still
to
so far away.
itch a little bit. I'm being honest. Like I've kind of had my time where I'm like, okay, football's over. Let's move on to other things, and then like other things have passed, and I'm like, all right, let's get to September. Like, let's just time travel real quick.
What else can I put my blind faith in?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see other news. What else has happened? The NHL draft lottery happened.
That was leaked.
Yes, but it wasn't 100%. But the Sharks did get that first overall pick, and they were truly awful last year. So they're gonna get Macklin Celebrini. That guy's gonna be an absolute stud.
All time name as well.
Great.
Yeah. He's like from San Jose.
Really?
Yeah, this is pretty
Wow.
wild. Like he was on their like junior team, like the Junior Sharks or whatever.
That is cool.
Yeah. So I mean, he's familiar with the area.
Rigged. It's rigged.
Work out for him.
It's rigged. It's rigged.
Well,
it's rigged.
Rigged for the San Jose Sharks. Okay.
Well, for like it makes for like good marketing and good like content and like it's. I'm obviously joking, but like
I mean, no, it does, right?
It is like turning the wheels in my head like that's a little fishy. But also they were really bad this year.
they were awful.
So, yeah, they were really
they had
bad.
the best odds to get the first pick.
Yeah.
So it would have been fucking rigged if
Chicago got to get it. Yeah.
That would have been. I think people would have protested with picket signs. Maybe. So whatever. They announced today that the Utah team isn't going to have a name on their jersey. It's just going to say Utah for the first year.
Why?
I
can't
don't
decide
know.
on a name.
Well, they're leaving it up to fan votes. And do you guys want to
go well?
Do you guys want to know the top 20 for the finalists?
I saw a few, but yes, that's
Read off 20 names for me, Sean.
Okay.
Just real quick.
just really fast.
I thought I had it. I thought I had a link that sent me to it. Okay.
I got it.
It's on the NHL Instagram, I think.
Okay, I got it. The Utah Frost, Ice, Powder, Mountaineers, Freeze, Mammoth, Black Diamonds, Blast, Caribou, Blizzards, Swarm, Hive, Outlaws, Yeti, Squall, Fury, Glacers, Canyons, Venom, and Hockey Club.
I am partial to Utah Yeti myself. I also do like the Mammoth.
I was gonna say the Mammoth and the Yeti are like my in the top three or five.
I don't know if this I don't want this to be a trend with teams that don't have an S at the end of their name.
No.
I don't want that to be a trend. Like we're forcing it. It feels like.
So you don't want the S at the end.
I do want the S at the end.
You do want the S at the end. What
Yes.
about how do you feel about Mountaineers?
Mountaineers is one that I think is like actually good. Honestly,
one-
I kind of hate most of the. I think the only one that doesn't have an S that I like is Mammoth.
Yeah. The Mammoth
Mammoth would be
seems cool. The one with the S at the end of it is, for me, is the Outlaws.
I like that.
That would
one
be
too.
sick.
I just don't get it. Like, is Utah known for outlaw? Like, I mean, team names don't have to make sense, but
It's
Well,
part of the Wild West.
the Mormons,
guess.
they came there and they were not they were not well received. So I don't know. I'm
I
grasping
guess,
at straws, really.
what the hell is the squall?
I think it's a bird.
Oh my
I
god!
think it is a bird. I think it might be the state bird. The venom loses me.
That's so dumb.
It loses. It has nothing. We already have a Utah team that has nothing to do with the state, the Jazz. We do not need another one that is just like nonsense. Or maybe we do.
I just think it's
When
funny.
when I saw the venom, the first second, my brain was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," and then I thought for one more second, and then it was like, "No, that's lame. That's not that feels like an AFL name,
Yeah,
like
it does.
a semi-professional football league name, like."
Are you forgetting about the Nashville Venom? The
Yes,
arena football
I don't know what you're
league?
talking about.
You just
Yes, I am
unlocked
forgetting.
You just unlocked a memory there.
That was a thing. The Nashville Venom. And
I had totally forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Wow. I forgot I knew that.
Yeah. Well, real quick, already the ones that are out: Frost, Ice, Powder, Freeze, Hive. Like, those are lame. We don't need any more ice-related teams. Powder is that's like a
gay.
What? It is. It is.
You can't tell me that someone would be proud to wear
powder
on their crest.
The Powder is a girls' lingerie football team name.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
Just one quick thing before we move on. How, like, I know, again, team names don't have to make sense to the location, but how can two names be canyons and glaciers? Those are two things that aren't even remotely related. How can they be?
Utah has both.
Glaciers? Like Antarctica?
They probably don't have glaciers.
I know they have canyons. I know they have canyons,
glaciers.
but glaciers. Like,
they might
that
have
sunk
glaciers.
the Titanic.
That's an iceberg, Chris.
What's a glacier?
It's not a glacier.
What's the difference?
So I'm not smart enough to actually tell you that. But...
yeah, exactly.
All right. Does Utah have glaciers? No, glaciers are present in Utah today.
There we go. Solved it.
So tomorrow?
Oh my God. Not with global warming. I'll tell you that.
Glacier is a large accumulation of crystallized ice, snow, rock, sediment, and often liquid water that originates on land and moves down slope under the influence of its own weight and gravity.
Yes.
Yeah,
water.
I don't want science in my sport, so glacier is out.
Liquid water, as opposed to solid water.
Yeah,
that would
like
be
a glacier.
That would be
ice. So why say liquid water? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
To specify.
But it's not water anymore. If you freeze it, it's not. It's a different thing.
Yeah, it's liquid.
Honestly, I don't know why they have black diamonds in here as well.
Snowboarding.
That's pretty. I know why. I know what it means, but that's pretty.
You said you didn't know why.
Pretty. I'm gonna hit y'all once we get off this fucking call. It's no, it doesn't make. It's stupid. It's stupid. Outlaws, Mammoth, or honestly, Hockey Club. I would be like, okay, cool.
I would say 80%
or Mountaineers
are stupid. Yeah, Mountaineers I think is actually cool. Outlaws,
Mountaineers,
is cool,
Mammoth, Outlaws, Hockey Club.
Yeah,
Those should be the final four. Or Yeti. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't want
final
Hockey
five.
Club. Like,
okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'll only do Hockey Club if I have to, like with the Washington team. Like
which that didn't even that was.
We all thought that was awful.
No, we thought that was awesome.
This is going to be awful.
It
no,
just
at the beginning, it was awful. Everyone thought it was awful.
It kind of like became
everyone
a
loved
meme
it.
almost.
Yeah, it became awesome.
They weren't trying to be awesome. They were just doing it.
Yeah,
if this team does it, they will be trying to capture that magic that we had with the Washington football team.
That's
and
true.
Lightning doesn't strike twice.
Damn it, Will. I was going to say
that. Oh. Oh. Okay.
Will's really pushing our buttons.
Yeah. Well, let's get Will off the mic. And Chris, do you have UFL picks that you could rattle off real quick?
Back to the spring football. Yeah, back at the UFL. We'll just go through them real quick. Showboats at Renegades. This line makes no sense. The Renegades are 0-6. Showboats are 1-5. The Renegades are -5. That makes no sense. There's probably something going on there. Give me Renegades -5. Battlehawks, Stallions, 2 best teams in the league. Let's have some fun. Over 47.5. Panthers at Defenders. Defenders, 1 point underdog. I did not know this. I found this out yesterday. The Defenders, in their 3-year existence now, have lost 1 game at home. I did not know that.
Right.
And I found that out because I bet against them last week, and they were playing at home. Yeah.
In 3 years, they've lost 1 game at home,
and it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
God damn.
Yeah. So if the Defenders are at home, I'm betting on them now. Defenders money line. Close it out. Brahmas, Roughnecks. Brahmas -3. Yeah, Brahmas -3. The Roughnecks are terrible, and Brahmas need a bounce back win after losing to said Defenders. So yeah, that's the card. We'll have a good record one of these weeks, I guess.
You're up 14 units.
Like
no, for
despite
UFL.
that, yeah.
Specifically for UFL.
I've had 1 good week in the UFL. It was the week we didn't record.
Yeah.
You'll be.
I tweeted him. Oh,
that's what counts.
What is this? I don't like this.
Me being a friend.
No, this is condescending.
This is you'll be okay because I believe in you.
Okay, I don't like this.
All right. Well, I guess I'll wrap it up then. Thank you so much for listening and watching. We'll catch you next week. Check out the Trendscenter app. Yeah.
Oh, real quick before I should have said this in the beginning. I'm stupid. Part of this amazing run that I am on, big shout out to Trendscenter. Pretty much just go on there every morning. I'm like, all right, big trend, lock them in. So big part of me being up 15 units this week.
Hell yes. The Trendscenter, perfect tool for gamblers. Check it out. Free 2-week trial. Normal free trials 3 days. Link in the bio. Follow us on everything. Link in the bio. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. There's 3 of us. Now let's make some money. Woo!
Oh shit, the Celtics lost?
Yeah.
Woo!
Kind of got stomped.
They were -900.
Yeah, they lost like 15.
God damn. All right, we'll see y'all next week.